The scene opens with a droplet hanging from a guillotine blade. The droplet's reflection distorts the image of a crowd below as the droplet falls. It symbolizes the impending doom and chaos. The falling droplet shatters into a montage of revolutionary terror. This montage includes images of mobs, executions, and barricades. The sequence establishes the conventional view of the revolution as chaotic bloodshed. The scene opens with chaotic images, symbolizing the tumultuous nature of the revolution. The chaos is abruptly halted by the distinct sound of a printing press. This auditory cue signifies the importance of printed material in shaping the narrative. The frozen, chaotic scene dissolves into a clean, pristine page. The page displays the Declaration of the Rights of Man, a key document from the era. This transition sets the stage for a reinterpretation of the revolution's events and principles. French society in 1789 was structured hierarchically, resembling a layered cake. The clergy and nobility formed the upper layers, holding significant privileges. The Third Estate, comprising the majority of the population, formed the base. France faced significant debt and famine, placing immense strain on the Third Estate. Enlightenment ideas further fueled discontent, contributing to the pressures for revolution. The scene depicts a café philosophique, reenacting intellectual debates of the time. Individuals are shown reading Rousseau, a key Enlightenment thinker. They are actively debating natural rights, a central theme of Enlightenment thought. The scene highlights the intellectual underpinnings of popular revolt, challenging the idea of a mindless mob. The Women's March on Versailles was a pivotal event driven by economic and political grievances. Participants voiced demands for bread, highlighting severe food shortages and economic hardship. The march also featured political slogans, reflecting a desire for broader systemic change. This fusion of economic demands and political ideology characterized the march's core message. The march effectively linked immediate needs with long-term political objectives. The French Revolution was characterized by distinct political factions, each with its own ideology and goals. The Girondins represented a more moderate faction, advocating for a constitutional monarchy and decentralized government. The Jacobins were a radical faction that sought a centralized republic and the elimination of the aristocracy. The sans-culottes, representing the working class, pushed for greater social and economic equality. These factions, with their differing agendas, played a crucial role in shaping the course of the French Revolution. The scene is set in the Legislative Assembly during the time of the Girondins. Orators are actively engaged in discussions about constitutional ideals. The topic of war is also a central point of debate among the Assembly members. The Girondins are depicted as philosophical in their approach to these issues. They are also portrayed as somewhat detached from the practical realities of the situation. Robespierre argued for terror as a necessary extension of virtue. His speech portrayed the Jacobins as driven by cold, logical ideology. This contrasts with the perception of them as simply being uncontrolled demagogues. The ideology justified extreme measures in the name of revolutionary ideals. The Jacobins' actions were presented as rational and principled, rather than chaotic. Parisian sections operated under principles of direct democracy. These sections actively demanded price controls. The sans-culottes wielded significant power to influence events. They exerted influence through street actions and demonstrations. The Committee of Public Safety's chamber functions as a central hub during the Reign of Terror. It serves as a war room, coordinating state-building efforts. Maps and reports are prominently displayed, indicating strategic planning. The chamber underscores the centralized control exerted during this period. The decrees represent the formalization of radical policies during the Reign of Terror. The levée en masse was a mass conscription, drafting citizens for military service. The law of suspects broadened the definition of enemies of the revolution, leading to widespread arrests. The revolutionary calendar was implemented to replace the Gregorian calendar, symbolizing a break from the past. The Girondins faced trial during the Reign of Terror. They mounted eloquent defenses against the charges. However, their fate was sealed through a procedural vote. This underscored the cold, legalistic nature of the terror. Condemnation was achieved through formal, though unjust, means. The National Convention marks a critical turning point in the French Revolution. Robespierre's appearance at the convention reveals his declining political influence. He is met with hostile shouts, signifying a dramatic loss of power. Robespierre's shock underscores the swift and brutal nature of revolutionary politics. The scene exemplifies the revolution's tendency to consume its own leaders. The guillotine sound marks Robespierre's execution. It symbolizes the end of his reign of terror. The revolutionaries realized their instrument of virtue became a tool of paranoia. This signifies a turning point in the French Revolution. The droplet on the guillotine serves as a reflective surface. This reflection visualizes intersecting lines representing political forces. These forces include various factions and competing ideas. Political pressures are also represented within the schematic. The imagery shifts from chaotic to systemic, indicating a structured view. This systemic view provides a comprehensive understanding of the political landscape. A droplet falls onto the Declaration of the Rights of Man. The water blurs the ink on the printed page. This symbolizes the transition of abstract ideas. These ideas are being translated into real-world events. The blurring represents the distortion and violence that can arise from such translations.